In the heart of the ancient Middle East, a young shepherd boy named David found himself standing before a towering giant named Goliath. Armed with only a sling and 5 smooth stones, David, against all odds, triumphed over the Philistine warrior. This age-old tale of David and Goliath is more than a story of courage and faith. It's an allegory of the underdog overcoming seemingly insurmountable challenges. Just as David found himself staring down the barrel of adversity, so too do many taxpayers when confronting the Internal Revenue Service, or IRS. This federal agency, with its complex tax codes and formidable reputation, can often seem like a modern-day Goliath. Consider the case of Jane Doe, a small business owner from the heart of Texas. Jane, after years of diligent work, found herself embroiled in a tax dispute with the IRS. The issue? A misinterpretation of a particular tax code that led to an unexpected tax liability. Jane, like David, felt dwarfed by the enormity of what stood before her. But armed with the backing of tax experts at Metro Accounting and Tax Services, CPA in Atlanta, Georgia, she was able to navigate the complex maze of tax laws and eventually rectify her tax situation. Then there's John Smith, a hardworking teacher from New York. A minor error in his tax return led to a drawn-out audit process. John, like our shepherd boy, was overwhelmed and intimidated. But he didn't back down. Instead, he employed Metro Accounting and Tax Services, CPA out of Atlanta, Georgia, and eventually resolved his audit smoothly. In these real-life David and Goliath scenarios, the common thread is knowledge and resilience. Just as David had his sling and stones, taxpayers need to lean on experts in the field of taxation that can help them face their Goliaths. The IRS, with its vast resources and complex tax codes, can often seem like an unbeatable Goliath. But remember the story of David. Remember Jane Doe and John Smith. These are tales of individuals who, despite feeling overwhelmed and outmatched, and with the help of the CPAs at Metro Accounting and Tax Services, out of Atlanta, Georgia, were able to overcome their challenges. If you're facing an IRS tax problem, get help today. 404-990-3365. Remember, the IRS, like Goliath, is not invincible. With the right tools, knowledge of the tax laws, understanding your rights as a taxpayer, and an IRS tax professional in your corner, you too can face down your tax challenges. And just like David, Jane, and John, you too can emerge victorious. This is not just about paying taxes. It's about understanding them, about knowing your rights, and about standing up for yourself when things get tough. It's about turning what seems like an insurmountable challenge into a manageable task. So gear up with your metaphorical sling and stones and face your Goliath.